Mahalo to HawaiiActivities.com for sponsoring this video. For more Hawaii videos, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell so you're alerted every time we post a new video.
Aloha, I'm Mariam, and this is Yes to Hawaii. We make Hawaii videos, take the guesswork out of planning your trip. As always, I'll leave timestamps in the description box below, so feel free to skip around the video for the parts that you came here for.
In today's video, we are doing a 60-minute scenic flight of the island of Oahu. However, this is going to be a little different. Instead of a helicopter, we're actually taking a plane. It is a twin-engine plane, and it's just us and the pilot. After a quick safety briefing, we headed off to the aircraft. This was really cool and something I had never done before. Having a scenic flight around the island of Oahu in something other than a helicopter gave me a new perspective on what it's like to fly on Oahu. There we were, right on the tarmac, pilot right in front of us. This was super cool. If anybody in your party is interested in aviation or wanting a more immersive experience, this was actually really cool. This particular airplane obviously has no air conditioning, the windows are open, and you can see everything that's going on. We had headsets on the entire time so we could hear the pilot and all the chatter. It was actually really cool and made us feel like we were part of the flying experience besides just being passengers. From the airport, we headed over towards Waikiki, and as you can see on the left-hand side, Diamond Head Crater. It was pretty cool having this kind of a perspective because normally whenever you're flying in a helicopter, it's not quite the same experience. This was, of course, a bit more bumpier because of the weather. As you can see, we've got a few islands off here, off the coast over here. Marine Corps Base. A little bit farther down we have Sandbar, and now we're going up towards the Kualoa Ranch area or Jurassic Valley. Over here to the left is Chinaman's Hat, and now you can see the Jurassic Valley just to our left. Overall, this is a really cool flight, and we could track where the plane was going by looking at that instrument. There's Turtle Bay. We're up on the North Shore now, and you can see all of the gorgeous beaches. These are the windmills that are up there. And as we're going through the entire flight, it is beautiful. And now we're right above Pearl Harbor. So we see the USS Missouri and the USS Arizona. Our flight's coming to an end, and now we're heading back to the airport right where we started. Overall, a fantastic 60-minute flight to get a different perspective of flying on Oahu. Would recommend. We just finished our 60-minute scenic flight and a couple of first impressions. With this specific flight, you're on an actual airplane, a twin-engine propeller plane. It was pretty cool. If you have anyone in your family or traveling group that's really interested in aviation, this takes a completely different spin on a normal helicopter flight tour, for example. With this, it was quite noisy because we are on an actual airplane that's a propeller plane, but you do have headphones, so a lot of the sound is blocked out. What was particularly cool about this flight is that you were able to hear everything that was going on between the pilot and flight control. So if you have somebody in your family, again, who's really interested in aviation, who wanted to be more part of the flight, this is the way to do it. We were going down the runway and you really felt like it was a more immersive experience. I've done a few helicopter flights before and they were absolutely phenomenal. This was a little bit of a different experience and it's something I wanted to try. Someone who's worked as a concierge off and on for the past 10 years, this was a unique experience that I had not done before. In terms of the flight, you start at Honolulu Airport and then from there you go along the east coast of the island up to the North Shore by Turtle Bay, and then you cut through the center of the island by the Dole Pineapple Plantation. Overall, pretty fun experience. The weather was a little bit less than cooperative with us. It was overcast and there was a little bit of rain. This made the flight a little bit more bumpy, just like you would have a more bumpy flight in a commercial air flight. If you are prone to motion sickness and you can sense that it could be a little bit more of a windier flight or a rainier flight with more bumps, I would definitely recommend taking any motion sickness tablets or anything prior to the flight and maybe take an extra one. Overall, I didn't get motion sickness though. I did get a bit uneasy near the end of the flight just because of the bumps. It did make my stomach a little bit more nauseous. Overall, great flight, had a great experience, and if you're looking for something unique to do here on the islands and you've already done a helicopter tour, this is definitely a great experience to try out.
Mahalo to HawaiiActivities.com for sponsoring this video. They have activities like this one for Oahu and the neighbor islands. If you're interested in this activity or other Oahu activities, I'll leave a link in the description box below. I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if there's any other Hawaii videos you'd like to see, definitely leave them in the comments down below.